What's up, YouTube? You're now watching DNT, where you get the best entertainment for the free. And today I'm doing my Playboys Miami episode 10 review. And yeah, this one, not one of my favorite episodes of the season, but it was a kiki. It was some funny things in it. Okay, so I start off with Zay and Sheik still fighting with they got their beef or whatever, and Sheik and them little kicks he was throwing. That's why Rich Zay was calling him a fairy, because he kept kicking. I'm like, them little kicks. But they second round, I ain't gonna lie, Sheik did a little bit better. Sheik did better. He fell, and I was like, ooh. But you know what? He did a little bit better. I don't know. Their fight was kind of like, eh. Like, they definitely could have had some better fades in the MMA lineup. Like, I was like, we stopping the fades here? Like, it's some ones I wanted to see. I wanted to see Zeta get in the field, because Zeta got a lot of fades. I definitely want to see Metro Zay get in the field. I'm like, damn. You like, why didn't y'all do, you know? I mean, I guess that would have been long. That would have had to go like 3 episodes, but still, like, we wanted to see it. Sheik looked like he finna pass out, all this shit. He looking like, yeah, it was a wrap for him. He was done. So, I feel like Rich Zay low-key got both rounds. Like, I'm leaning more towards Rich Zay-ish. Metro Zay was popping his shit about Sheik like, oh, I wanted to fight Sheik, but he said I'm too big. Like, girl, you've been picking and choosing who your phase is, pretty much. I'm like, if Metro Zay would have fought Sheik, I feel like that would have been pretty bad for Sheik. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, Metro Zay could fight. I ain't gonna lie to you. How he did, who did Metro Zay beat up first day? Khalil? Girl. And I love me some Khalil down, but I see why Sheik wasn't trying to get that fade. None of them really wanted with Metro Zay. I've been peeping at a little bit, like, no shade. There's a couple people I wouldn't want to with neither. Mimin is speaking of people I wouldn't want to with. Mimin was trying to fight somebody outside of the sprinter, and I couldn't even really tell he was trying to run up on him. Like, okay. So they get back to House A, and Sheik, Ma, and Qatari's all like in a room together. Sheik and Ma is talking, and it's talking about Metro Zay wanting to fight, and they like, Metro Zay, we don't know why you're talking. Everybody voted you out. And I'm like, everybody voted Metro Zay out? Huh? Like, that's tea for me. Like, I thought everybody was fucking with Metro Zay. It gave everybody was fucking with Metro Zay. So when they said that everybody had voted Metro Zay out, I'm like, one, when was there even a vote? There was no vote this whole season from my memory. Like, and two, why did they vote Metro Zay out? Like, Metro Zay, I like Metro Zay for the show. I don't know, they must have been saying that, or the vote was just like, you know, just discussed. It wasn't really nothing for real. Ma was like, I forgot Ken was there, and Sheik kept trying to throw a little shade at Ken, like, oh, who's Ken? Like, it's a boy named Ken on the cast. And I'm like, boy, you know who Ken is. Actually, Ken has been a more and bigger impact than you this season. No shade, Sheik. Like, no shade. I'm having Ken back on the show before Sheik. Just saying. So don't throw shade at Ken like Ken just some small fry. Because I don't like that. Because Ken actually is a personality that I care for on here. Qatari and Sheik. Okay, so really, Qatari said that he don't really fuck with Landon, and that's his least favorite playboy. And Sheik like, well, yeah, Landon's my least favorite playboy because he's Qatari's, and woo-woo-woo. And I'm just like, you're a dick riding Qatari. Like, that must be your man. Because that's how I'm coming behind my man. Like, how he was talking, like, he was, yeah, he's riding for Jakari. Like, low-key dick riding for Qatari. And I'm like, okay, that gotta be your man. Qatari was saying that Landon was contradicting himself because he's like, oh, you said you wasn't fighting me about no nigga at first, and then for that to be the whole reason you said you fought me. And I'm just like, girl, you should have known. Landon is a tenderoni about Gigi, Isaiah, and Pootie. He tender about all of them. He don't care. He never minded about his little shits. And it's just like, they look, he trying to drag Landon like, oh, is you fucking with Isaiah, Gigi, or Pootie? Because you fighting about Gigi and you fucking a whole nother nigga. And I'm like, bro, this is not nothing new. This is not new tea. Like, Landon been fucking Isaiah. Still fucking Isaiah. He just literally said in some interview he's still fucking Isaiah, pretty much. Still fucking Pootie. I'm sure he could fuck Pootie whenever he wants to. And he's always going to be tender over Gigi. Like, he's probably the most tender over Gigi. And he found out you was entertaining all three of them. You thought Landon wasn't going to fade you, boo? Like, I don't know. Landon just been gave he a crash out about his little shits. Like, I don't know why everybody's shocked. That's not shock to me. I mean, that's not shocking to me. And I can't talk. So, I guess Katari got some tea with Ken, too. I don't really know they tea. So, it goes back to House B. Ken mad. He walking around irritated. Him and Marty low-key get into it at the pool. Marty like, I ain't had a fade all day. Don't make it be. And I'm like, Marty, I want to talk about you. Because, Marty, we ain't really seen much from you. No shade, Marty. Like, I want to like you for the cast. But we ain't seen much from you, boo. I need you to step it up. This is the last day in the Playboys house. We ain't seen much from Marty. No shade. Almond in this motherfucking mermaid suit took me out the game. Bruh, he's singing, I wanna be where the people are. I said, this drunk bitch. One thing Almond and Rich they gonna do is make me cackle, child. Them Almond, like, I love Almond personality. I can't stand Almond as a person, but his personality for the show, like, he always brings the randomness, the funniness, like, shit, like, that reminds you of old reality TV shows, like, why did you bring a mermaid tail to get in the pool with? And then Ed just entertained it. Bruh, and then Cassie ended up pushing him in. He fucking Almond trying to get on the float. Kept falling off the float, bro. Literally kept falling off the float. I'm like, you drunk bitch. Like, Almond was torn down, girl. That was probably my favorite scene of this episode. Him and Rich, girl. Landon goes to the other house. I'm like, oh, ain't nothing gonna be good with you going to this other house, Landon. One fade will at least be caught. So he starts off talking to Mac, JR, and Robbo. He talking to really Mac and JR, like, saying, like, well, I was told I can't come to this house, Maul can't come to my house, and it's like, I'm the host, so I really want to get to know more of the boys. And JR was like, you know, it's kind of different. Like, he was low-key trying to say Maul had more fades than Landon without saying Maul had more fades with Landon. But he like, why would we send Maul over there? Like, he literally is beefing with that whole house pretty much. Like, Maul got way more beef than Landon right now. So, of course, you're going to be able to come to house A. And Maul's not going to be able to come to house B. But they still ran that with you, even with you coming to house A. No shade. Then Mac like, you know, I feel like you're coming over here to check my temperature. Like, I feel like I need to be on my P's and Q's. Like, Mac basically said, Landon, you move funny, you on some bullshit over here, trying to be messy. I'm socking you, pretty much is what Mac said. He said, I'm getting that, if it comes to that. And I'm like, hey, Mac, I can't be mad at you, because you never know what to expect with that motherfucker Landon here. Listen. It's like a little Tasmanian devil. I don't blame Mac for being on his. And then Landon like, oh, y'all on y'all P's and Q's around me. Like, you know, I ain't even on that. I'm not on that. I'm like, yeah, okay, Landon. Like, okay, Landon, boo. Mac feel like Landon and Ma is kind of like playing both sides, which I kind of agree, because this little shit I peeped in this episode that Landon was doing that kind of is like, like, I don't know more about Ma, because Ma seemed to be like house A down, but definitely Landon be low-key playing sides. I'm not even gonna cap to you. Mac was low-key talking a little bit. Then Landon asked Robbo about why he fought Almond, and Robbo was like, girl, no shade, it ain't really no tea with Almond. Almond is just jumping into people's fights on my, like, in my house, jumping in one of my people fights, so that's why we fought. And I'm like, okay, understandable, like, you know, it's house v house, you see one of your housemates getting jumped, jump in, simple. So I ain't mad at Robbo for that. Landon low-key Clark, like, was trying to, I don't know what Landon was trying to do with that one. Maybe he just wanted to discuss it. So then Landon goes into the rest of the house, like, basically asking everybody, like, what they on, trying to get the tea. And he basically saying, like, yeah, my house is going to want to fight. They're going to be on that when y'all have this little party or whatever. Okay, anyway, back into the tea. So, yeah, Landon basically asking, like, what's everybody tea with who? And, you know, nobody's really feeling Landon being at the house. Like, you could tell the energy with everybody in the house, how they looking at Landon. You know, they wasn't fucking with Landon coming over there. And it's just like, Landon, well, he was lucky getting clocked. And I'm going to explain why in a minute. So, Sheik in his confessional's like, yeah, while Landon trying to do this, this, and this, like, we was told we can't touch him and woo-woo-woo, all this, so Landon don't do the most. Basically, trying to say Landon was PC'd up over there, pretty much. I'm like, okay, Sheik. Like, no shade, Sheik, what was you gonna do? Like, Sheik was low-key irritating me this episode, because, Sheik, you're not no real heavy hitter. How you know, like, Sheik, you know what? I ain't even gonna get into Sheik right now. You do not want no work from Landon. Like, Sheik, come on now. Sheik, you don't want no smoke with Landon. You'll probably fight Landon if you had to fight Landon, but you don't want no smoke with Landon, good child. He ended up asking Tay about his issue with Cassie. Tay like, you know, me and Cassie, we squashed our shit. Ain't really nothing to it. And I'm like, okay, I understand that, because it really wasn't no big shit with them. They had good phase with the woo. He asked Ty, like, who your phase is? He like, Ken, Marty. And I'm like, ooh, Ty, no shade, sister. Ken might do you bad. Like, Ken got a squabble on. Ken can fight. And him versus Ty? I don't know, sister. That might be bad. That might be bad. But he talking about he used to fuck Ken. And I said, Ty, you used to fuck, like, Ty, you and Ken was fucking? Like, that's tea for me. I was not expecting them two to be fucking. So I guess that's why they got beef. I don't know. Solo was low-key clocking the fuck out of Landon, like, hey, yo house keep wanting to fight us. And he like, you know, you low-key picking sides or whatever. And choosing and picking. And I'm like, okay, Solo, this is where I have to, like, play a little bit of devil's advocate a little bit, though, because you talking about he fucking the sucker people he's supposed to fight. He did run that with Pootie, though. Isaiah made sure he ran that with Pootie. Isaiah was not going to rest until a fade was had with Landon and Pootie. Do you hear me? So he did run, you know, he ran his fade with Pootie. So y'all got to give him that. But I don't even know if they knew that Landon and Pootie had fought at this point. Like, I don't even know if they had knew that. But Landon didn't bring that up. And then they so the Khalil situation between Khalil and Landon gets brought up. And they basically, and Landon was like, well, I jumped Khalil because he snuck Rich Zay. And they were like, you jumped him when motherfuckers getting snuck all over the place. And I'm like, yeah, I do kind of agree with that. Like, a sneak versus a jump, there's a difference. Like, I do kind of see why they're saying, Landon, you're not as neutral as you want to make it seem, boo. Because, yeah, he really ain't as, Landon is not as neutral as he's trying to make it seem. And I'm glad they all was on that. Like, yeah, bitch, we know what you be doing. You're not no neutral host. Stop that, Landon. Stop. You know, your house, what the fuck is his house? House B? You know your house B, girl. Ma cracked me up when he was like, first of all, girl, Rizé ain't your friend. I said, Ma, Rizé ain't nobody friend how he was acting this episode. And then Zeta, low-key, put his input on Landon. Because, you know, Landon and Zeta is friends. So, Zeta, like, you know, I feel like you was flopping sides because I chose to stay in the house I chose to stay in. And you wasn't really on that about me like when motherfuckers was on that with me. And then Landon was like, I think you letting bitches put a battery in your back. And everybody, that's how you know motherfuckers wasn't putting a battery in Zeta back. The whole house in unison, bitch. The whole house in unison said, no, Landon. This bitch been clocking shit for you in this house. So, you can't even, I said, oh, Landon. Why you ain't have Zeta back if you was so neutral? You wait till, I think they said this the last day or one of the last days to go over to the other house. Girl, I see why they felt like you was on some flip floppy stuff, Landon. I ain't gonna lie, they look he was clocking it. I'm like, Landon, at this point, why did you even go to that house? Cause at this point, just run your fades. Like, they not fucking with it, they're not fucking with you. Like, nobody's feeling the vibes. So Khalil like, bitch, I need that for jumping me. Khalil like, bitch, I need that. So they fight and child Landon tore him. Love Khalil down, but girl, Landon tore you. Yeah, Landon tore that one. I ain't gonna lie to you. Landon got the saying, "I kill you, bitch," and what did he say? Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? When Landon get to saying, "I kill you, bitch," and didn't I tell you? While he holding you, when he gets saying, "Didn't I tell you?" You know Landon just went to work. When them two lines come out, child, you know he just went to work. So then we get back to House B. Rich Zay drunk ass. Rich Zay is listen. Him and that liquor need to have a breakup for real, because no way he literally tried to fight the whole house. So Rizé like, yeah, we need some interesting shit in this house. I'm turning on you bitches. He said, time to shake it up, bitch. I'm turning on you bitches. Man, what's up? And I'm like, ooh. Man, like, that's the one you chose to flip on first. I would have just flipped on Ant or somebody, you know? Like, I would have flipped on, well, he did flip on Ken and Pootie, but I probably would have flipped on Ken. Well, Ken could fight good. So I probably would have flipped on Ant or somebody, like, no shade, Ant. But you chose Man as the first one. I said, oh, this bitch is drunk for real. Like, you chose Man. And Man wasn't even taking him serious at first. Like, you know, they fake squaring up. Man like, bitch, chill out. Get on my motherfucking face. Cause you're picky. He got to pushing him. And Rich like, nah, girl, I want to fight. We're turning on each other. And he just picking with Mimi, just picking. And then he doing this confessional Mimi like, yeah, bitch, Mimi, you knew better. And then he paused. He was like, ooh, bitch, I thought Mimi was coming. I said, yeah. Cause Rich you know better, boo. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Mimi is probably the last fade I want. Him, Cashy. Who else? Because there's a lot of good fighters. Mimi, Cashy, and Landon would probably be the ones I would not want to fight. Pootie too, just because Pootie always take it to hell. But mostly, like, Man probably number one. And then Cashy immediately after. Because they big as fuck. So, Cashy like, girl, stop with all this fake drunk shit. If you really about it, swing on Man. Punch him in the face at this point. Like, we tired of hearing you say you want to flip. Just do it. And girl, he was so hesitant to swing on Man. And Man wasn't even, like, really entertaining at first. Like, Man was drunk too, but he was like, you know, like, he wasn't really fully going there with him. Girl, Man recorded him talking about some, look at this drunk bitch, all that. Rizé did not want to fight him for real. They get to pushing each other. And then Rich Zay swing on Man. I said, I didn't think he was really going to... Yo, I did not think Rich Zay was really going to be the first one to crack off. I thought Man was going to get irritated enough and swing on him. Girl. Rich Zay then cracked off on Man and got beat up. The smoothest beat up you'll see. I'm talking about Man beat him up, and that was probably 25% of Man power. I ain't even gonna lie to you. And then he started picking with Pootie. Pootie was ready to fight him. He started swinging on Ken low key. And I'm like, what are you doing, boo? Like, you're really trying to fight? No more Henny for Rich Zay. No more Henny for Rich Zay. He was trying to fight the whole house. Cashy poured water on this bitch like, girl, you need some fucking water. And I'm like, Cashy. Yo, Cashy is low-key becoming one of my favorites of this season. He is so funny. And I'm just like, Rich Zay, you just run around this house in them little drawers, picking with everybody. Like, whoa, like, I love Rich Zay for the show. Like, this cast, child, this cast is unbeatable. If Q and Zava was on this cast, I promise you this would have been like a 10 out of 10 season. They said they're supposed to be special guests though. Q and Zava are supposed to be special guests, so we'll see. But I just feel like Q and Zava should have been a part of the cast, period. Because the fuck, they should have been on the cast. Then he ended up fighting Mimmin again. Got beat up again. I'm like, who is Rich Zay feeling like this episode? Like, for real, who is Rich Zay really feeling like? And the cast, she fake beat him up on the bed. And I'm like, girl, Rich Zay, go take a nap. For real. Take a nap, cool off. So then we go back to House B. And they still all talking after Landon ran his first fade or whatever with Khalil. Vaughn low-key clocked the fuck out of Landon though when he was like, all this, everybody hating Khalil for this Ivory situation. Nobody was there. Nobody seen what really happened. He keeps saying he didn't do it. And you bitches is fighting for Ivory. Ivory wouldn't catch one fade for y'all. And I said, Mom, clock it. Clock it. Because I bet you Ivory would not catch a fade for Landon. Like, I don't see that happening. And you own that. Like, you don't even know what the fuck happened. And then they still all clocking Landon about being fake to Zeta. With like, bitch, you not a real friend. And then Landon ended up fighting Katari. Katari like, I need that. And I ain't gonna lie, no shade. No shade. Katari low-key tore. I ain't gonna lie. It was real close. Like, Landon didn't get beat up, but Katari won that. Katari won that. I ain't gonna lie. Then Landon was trying to run up on Katari. I don't know if he was trying to sneak Katari. I couldn't really tell. And then at the end of the episode, she take off on Landon. I said, oh, baby, you got a fight coming your way, Sheik. You done took off on Landon, girl. I don't know, Sheik. I hope your favorite Landon is a decent one. But girl, Landon gets down. So I'm so ready to see next week's episode. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm ready. I am ready. But please like, comment, subscribe. That's the end of this review.